Salutations YouTube, welcome back for video number 2. Today is a chest focused day. It's not a full push day. We do chest with a little bit of tries. We have four total chest movements, 1 tricep movement, and I hope you enjoy. So, as mentioned, it's gonna be like a modified push day. I'm not gonna do too much shoulders, but we're starting out with an incline press because I'm still kind of nursing a shoulder injury. We're gonna keep it a little bit lighter. There's a certain technique that I use that I learned from Ryan Hummiston, I think his name is. So it's a way to get like a little bit of a deeper stretch in the upper chest, and it actually makes it a little harder. So instead of keeping your arms at like a 45-degree angle, you actually flare them out at the bottom, get the stretch, and then the way up, kind of neutralize the plane of motion again. So it's a little bit difficult, but it allows me to do less weight and get a little more stimulus. So we're gonna start with that. So even though my arms are shaking a little bit, I do feel strong right now. But I think that's just a result of me not even eating enough carbs today. So I do feel a little shaky, which I don't love. It like makes me feel weaker when I'm doing the rep, but I feel strong. I'm still not gonna like push crazy weight, but I feel good. So that's a good thing. So the idea behind that movement where you kind of flare your arms out at the bottom. So if you do the full rep with your arms flared out, well, that's best for stimulus in the chest. It puts your shoulder in a vulnerable position. So they say you want to kind of keep your arms at a 45-degree angle, but that also kind of takes away from a little bit of stimulus in the chest. So you get best of both worlds. You know, when your elbows are flared out at the bottom, it doesn't put your shoulders in a vulnerable position. So you kind of combine the two. At top to bottom, you keep them a little bit neutralized in that 45-degree angle, keep the shoulders safe. Then you flare them out, get the stretch, and then bring them back in as you push back up. So, and it's a little bit harder too. So it allows you to push more weight, get more stimulus, and still perform the rep with your elbows in like a neutral position to not, put your shoulders in a vulnerable spot. So that's what I recently learned. Definitely makes it harder, but that's a good thing because it just means I can push less weight. So I think it works. I've been doing it for like, I don't know, probably 2 months or so, and my chest has been looking and feeling good. So we're gonna keep rocking with it. And he used Ryan when he did it. I think did it for like 6 months and was using an EMG, and like the stimulus he got from it by flaring his elbows at the bottom was like a 20 or 30% increase. So if you're a science-based guy, the science backs it up too. All right, I think I want to do one more, like, I'll do like a 75%, and then I'll do 2, like, working sets. Yeah, you should try them. It takes a little while to get used to it. Like, it's gonna feel weird the first time doing it because it's not natural. You're used to just like pushing up and down. So it's kind of like a learned range of motion. But once you get it down, it's easy, it feels good. So we're done warming up. We're gonna do 2 working sets. We go for 10 to 12. For 70s, I mean, the way that I mentioned before, how I'm performing this rep makes it a lot more difficult. Like, it's a lot of a slower rep. Requires a little more mind-muscle connection because you're kind of doing a unique motion, flailing your arms out, so it makes it harder. Like a normal incline press, I'd probably do like 90s or 100 pound dumbbells. Now I'm gonna do 70s. So should do 2 of these. There's 11, which means I'll probably get 9 or 10 on the next one, but that's all right. All right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So movement number 2, I usually opt into, if I'm starting with incline, to do a flat variation. And I hate barbell. I don't mind it for incline, but for flat, it just doesn't feel good on my shoulders. And for some reason, it just keeps constant tension throughout the rep. Helps you keep your arms in a fixed position. For me, I always got like a great pump, great stretch, great contraction out of chest press machines. So for the last like 2+ years, I've been doing it every single chest day, and I love it. So I get like my dumbbell, like my free weight work for the first movement, and then I opt into a press machine. This one's one of my favorites. And then I'll do some sort of like decline press fly variation, and we'll then like round out the rest of the workout with like some sort of fly. This is like quite possibly the worst lighting in any gym's history right under here. It's criminal, actually. Makes me look small, pale. It's very humbling, actually. It's actually probably good for me that the lighting is this bad over here. I'm gonna do 4. So I just did 1 warm up, I'm gonna go up to like 75% effort. So sort of 110. I'm gonna do 150, and then my 2 working sets will be probably like 170, 180. So we'll see how it feels. Feel strong. I'll probably go 180 actually for my 2 working sets. I'm gonna give it like 30 seconds here. But you'll notice at the top of the rep, I got those shakes again, which I was having during my warm-ups downstairs. I think it's because I didn't eat enough carbs today, but like, I feel like I kind of did. I probably had like half of the carbs I should have, probably because I'm planning on having a sweet treat later. So I'm kind of trying to leave room for some of the cookies I'm gonna have after my workout. But at the same time, I could use a little bit of that carbohydrate energy right now. But I feel strong, like I was saying downstairs, like I feel strong. I don't know, my arms kind of have the shakes, which you'll probably see here in a minute. So that was, I think 9.5, which is pretty good. You notice too, on my chest days, I tend to do more like slower controlled movements. Again, I try not to lift heavy because my shoulders, torn labrum in both. And I recently fucked this one up a little more. So I try and keep it like moderately light, slow and controlled tempo. Quality of reps matter, and allows me to push more weight, better mind muscle connection, better pump. So it works for me. You don't have to lift big to get big. Alrighty, last set, same weight. Hopefully get 9. See, you notice I do this a lot, like on my press in. It's like I'm trying to just pinch my shoulder blades down and back, get them in the right position, and then perform the movement. That's a wrap for this one. So it's like a fly kind of press put in one. You're gonna hear me talk about it a million times because my shoulder right now. I'm trying to stay away from like a standard like dumbbell fly or even like a fly machine. I don't know, just flailing my arms out puts your shoulder in a vulnerable position. So I got like a little pinch in the back. So this allows for the arms to have a little more free range, and I can still like get the stretch from a fly. And I kind of combine it with like a decline press. So it's like a press fly hybrid, if you will. Is it the most optimal? I don't know. Feels good though. So I like to do them. Also, every gym should have this kind of reflection. It makes up for the lighting upstairs. I'll probably just do these next since we're here. Sorry, I need to take advantage of this mirror. Probably just gonna do 2 more of these. I usually, like once I get away from the pressing, I'll usually just do three movements. So like 1 warm up and then just like 2 working. So if it's the right weight, I'll just do 2 of these. That was the right weight. They might have actually been a little too heavy, but we can't go down now. It's working. I haven't made a cutoff in a while, and it's my first one in years. I think I did a pretty good job. Cropped the bottom too. No measurements. I just all feel. Can't teach that, you know. So do one more. Dips, triceps, and then like usually we do like some lateral raises. Just spam them at the end, like very heavy. But the shoulder limitation is not going to do that because I might have my first like shoulder day in a while on Friday, so I don't want to like overdo it. And, you know, like but that's like the universe rewarding us for spending 50 fucking hours watching the same YouTube videos on how to build a particular muscle group, as if we're gonna find something different. But I always say, tell my clients, there's a science to it, but it's not rocket science. Just follow the regimen, get your diet in check, sleep, walk. Do that long enough, something's gonna click. All right, last one. A little oblique cramp on that one. I think we're gonna do just 2 of these. That one was pretty close to failure, so we'll just do 1 more and that'll be fine. That's like the same idea that we were just talking about. It's like warm-up sets are good, but like don't really count as like actual sets. Like if you're doing half effort or half the weight that you could be doing, you're not really breaking down your muscle. You're not gonna get any growth from that. It's like when I'll do like bench press, I'll do like 4 or 5 total sets, but there's really only 2 of them that I'm counting. It's like the last 2 after I'm warmed up, have like the blood in the muscle, and I'm like ready to push to failure. Like those are the sets that count. So if you did count like the total sets I did today, I did 5 on bench, 4 on the machine, 3 on the curl or the fly press variation. That's what, 8, right? No, was it 4, 3, and then 2 here, but like realistically it's only like 7 or 8 actual working sets that count. So, but here I'm only gonna do 2 because I did that one, I did not do any warm-ups. If I were to do warm-ups, I just wouldn't count it. So that's how I calculate it. That's it for the press. Done. We're just gonna do the cable extension overhead. Ready, 3 sets for tries, and we'll call it a day. All right, last thing we're doing is a overhead cable extension. If you've been following me for a while, you know this is my favorite tricep exercise. And right now it's the only one I can do that doesn't bother my shoulder. So it's just like a overhead variation. I prefer this over the rope, just because I feel like you can push more weight with this. It's just like keeps your arms in that fixed position. It's easier to get up, easier to get down, and it's just standard overhead. So we'll do 1 warm up, 2 working, and we'll get out of here. Let's see. One more. It was a little harder than I thought. I think I did a little too much weight. I wanted to go for 15. I got 10. So we'll just do 1 more at 10, and that'll be fine. But the shoulder's feeling sore right now, which is expected. I did go a little heavier than I would have liked today, like on the shoulder press, or I'm sorry, the chest press. I said at the beginning I felt strong, but I think I just pushed a little more weight a little too early, so I'm still kind of nursing my shoulder a little bit. And then I probably shouldn't have done dips. The dip machine feels a little better, but I just didn't want to go upstairs to it. Because as you saw before, the lighting was criminally bad. So, yeah, it'll be fine. One more set, and then we give it a rest. So one thing that I see everyone doing is like when you're doing a cable overhead extension, a variation, usually everyone uses rope, which is fine, but everyone always starts with at the bottom, and then you have to like swing it up top, bring it around here, where you're like potentially gonna fuck up your shoulders, then you're done with the rep, and then you gotta like awkwardly turn your body, drop it again, and we just set it up in the middle in like a neutral spot to where all you have to do to pick it up is just do a little squat, and then you're up. And then when you're done, just put it right back down. Like no one puts it in the middle, everyone puts it on the bottom. So next time you're doing it, put the fucking thing in the middle. And that's a wrap. It's a full chest day with a little bit of tries. As always, remember, any questions, comments, leave them down below. I'm gonna answer everyone. Make sure you like, subscribe, send to a friend who needs a bigger chest, and we'll see you next time.